everybody. Thank you for joining us, and welcome to Game Day in the Region on the Region Sports Network as we present coverage of the 2025 Indiana State 10U Baseball Championship. Streaming live on Facebook/Region Sports Nation, regionsports.com, and the RSN YouTube channel. We come to you today from Jerry Ross Park in Crown Point as the East Side Red team takes on the Crown Point White squad for the 10U Baseball State Championship. I'm Leo Stauder. I'll be handling the action for today's game as we've reached the end of the weekend, a busy weekend of baseball here at Jerry Ross Park, and two teams remain, one from South Bend, one from Crown Point. They will be facing off in just a few moments to try to take home the state title. So this should be a very good one. Eastside reaches this after a 9-3 win in the semifinals versus the Valpo Blue team. Eastside is the 3 seed. They took down Crown Point Blue in the quarterfinals, while Crown Point White, they are the 1 seed in the tournament. They picked up a win over Cherville Blue in the quarterfinals and Hammond in the semifinals. So that is how both teams made their way here.
We'd like to welcome you to our 2025.
As we are moving closer to first pitch, we will take a look at the weather in the area. The first pitch forecast is brought to you by our friends at Economy Electric Heating and Cooling. It is 82 degrees and cloudy in Crown Point this afternoon. There are winds of 10 miles per hour heading lightly towards left field, going east. So that's the game night forecast brought to you by Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, keeping you cool in the summer and cozy in the winter. It's time to introduce the starting pitchers for tonight's game. That means we'll turn to the Enigenberg Exteriors Home Improvement Hurlers, presented by Enigenberg Exteriors. For the home team, Crown Point White will be sending Jacob Bigham to the hill to face the lineup from East Side. He will be looking to keep those bats at bay, throw strikes, and work efficiently. Those are your Enigenberg Exteriors Home Improvement Hurlers for the home team. Enigenberg Exteriors, your all-in-one roofing specialist. Visit ebergexteriors.com. As the starting lineups are being introduced, we are getting closer to first pitch with the national anthem about to take place momentarily, so we will step aside when we come back. First pitch between Eastside and Crown Point. Stick around. You're watching Game Day, the 2025 Indiana State 10U Baseball Championship on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
At Strachan Van Til, we believe grocery shopping should be simple. Now, shopping is easier than ever with our new and improved website. Find what you need fast. Browse your favorite products, add them to your cart, and check out in just a few quick steps. Choose between convenient in-store pickup or let us handle the heavy lifting. From our shelves to your doorstep. Skip the lines, shop your way, and spend more time on what matters most. With our rewards program, enjoy incredible savings and personalized offers every time you shop. Shop online now at strachanvantil.com or download our app today.
With 40 years of experience serving Indiana, Illinois, and Tennessee, Enigenberg Exteriors has only had one goal in mind: to achieve excellent customer service. From commercial and residential roofing to siding, window, and door replacement, Enigenberg Exteriors delivers 110% customer satisfaction from the first hello to the final walkthrough. Visit enigenberg.com for more information, or give them a call at 219-365-2837. Enigenberg Exteriors, restoring hope one project at a time.
Four Seasons Mechanical proudly serves Northwest Indiana, providing quality, reasonably priced, reliable service. With a quality and comfort guarantee, the professionals at Four Seasons Mechanical offer a wide range of services in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Whether it's residential or commercial, Four Seasons Mechanical is there 24/7. To find out more, the website is fourseasonsmechanical.com or give them a call at 219-756-7020. Four Seasons Mechanical, your indoor air quality specialist.
Hi, I'm Crowd Company's Lantern Man. If you're a contractor, it's my job to make your insurance coverage simple and affordable. Because I know time is money, I'll come to your business. Certificates and bonds are a snap. Wherever you are, whatever business you're in, we've got you covered. As Crowd Company's Lantern Man, I'm your insurance superhero.
Crowd Company's insurance professionals. Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more. Visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
Old Man Winter is just around the corner, and that means temperatures will soon begin to drop. And a region winter is not the time to be left out in the cold. The professionals at Economy Electric Heating and Cooling can tune up that old furnace or install a new unit that can last for years. Your family deserves to stay comfortable this winter, and with 24/7 emergency service, comfort is just a phone call away. Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, 219-923-4441. Or for more info, the website is forajobdoneright.com.
Top of the first, about to begin here at Jerry Ross Park for the 10U State Championship as the Crown Point Bulldogs take the field. Here's how they will be dressed. They are wearing the powder blue uniforms, powder blue tops with some white stripes, white piping along the middle of the jersey, white numbers on the back with red last names, red caps, and white pants. Their opponent from East Side, from South Bend, they will also be wearing powder blue with pinstripes, navy numbers on the back, navy cursive script on the front. They'll be wearing three colored caps with the most of the top being navy with the white panel up front and a red brim on those. Gray pants complete the look for East Side. So pitcher goes through his final warm-up tosses, and we're just about ready to play ball.
Leading off the game for East Side Red, number 5, Clark LeBlanc.
Clark LeBlanc leads off for East Side. He will get us started as Bigham goes through his lineup, and at 3 o'clock, this one's cracked over to third base, scooped up, thrown across the diamond in time to retire the leadoff batter. First pitch, first out, quick work for Crown Point. So Easton Scott bats now. That first pitch, just outside for a ball. Or it was a strike. The next pitch is tapped over towards shortstop. It skips its way, rolls into left field, so that's a one-out single for Scott. So good contact there, and now East Side, with one away, have a runner at first base. Peter Falvey will bat with his teammate at first. The pitch from Bigham, called ball 1. So that's big when you can get a base runner on with less than 2 outs, gives you some room to work with, and you can threaten here. The 1-0 pitch, lifted towards center field. It rolls out to center on one hop. The throw to second, and he gets there in time, so it's another single for East Side. They have 2 on with 1 away.
Now coming to the plate, the cleanup hitter, number 0, Andrew Overly.
Andrew Overly will bat now with 1 out, 2 on, so East Side threatening, and that's the type of start you want. The first pitch outside, and both runners will start moving. They will advance to third and second respectively. So Scott is the runner at third, Falvey the runner at second, Overly the batter for East Side. The pitch from Bigham, cracked foul. It goes off the plate, so everybody will have to go back to their station. It evens the count up at 1-1. Both base runners were flying to the next base, but had to return to their original point, the 1-1. Just outside, we go 2-1. So this is the type of spot where if you can put one towards the outfield, it could score both runs. One high, 3-1, and it's the type of production you hope for the first time through the lineup. It can give your starter a good cushion. This one elevated, it loops foul towards the bleachers along the first baseline and out of play. But when your starter can take the mound with 1 or 2 runs already on the board, gives him a little more comfort. The payoff pitch just outside in the left-handed batter's box, so that'll be a walk to load the bases for East Side.
Now coming to the plate, number 3, Grayson Franco.
So Grayson Franco will bat now with the bases full and only 1 out. But if you're Crown Point, the force is active at every base, so there's a lot of different ways you could put it out on the board, potentially turn 2, and try to diffuse the tension here. First pitch taken for a ball. Now the 1-0. This one jammed towards right field, and the right fielder, Gasaway, makes the catch. The throw towards the plate. Just safe is the runner, Scott. So he tags up and scores. East Side plates 1 on what was a deep fly ball, but the right fielder was in a good spot to get there, but it was just deep enough where he was able to score the run. And credit to the right fielder, Gasaway. That was a very good throw to the plate. Just beating it by a step was Scott. So Falvey moves to third base and Overly to second. Everett Harding bats with 2 away and runners at second and third. That strike will even up the count at 1-1. So even though you just give up the run, but for Crown Point now, you're just an out away from getting out of this situation and could get your offense back up. The 1-1 just misses for ball 2. Harding trying to add to the lead for his team, though. He put this one in the air, but it curls foul towards the right field side again of the bleachers. Out of play for a foul ball. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runners on. Here in the opening half inning. The pitch. Grounded through the gap between third and short. That will score run, turning the corner, but a good throw from the left fielder will prevent a second run from scoring. Falvey will score for East Side to make it a 2-0 lead. So an RBI single for Everett Harding, and we're going to have a meeting of the umpires. We'll wait to see what the decision is here, what they could be discussing. For East Side, for now, they think they added another run, potentially from Harding, but we'll wait to see if something has changed with this. Harding had a good. Now there's an out at the plate now, so that will end the inning. See if the run still holds. Not sure which runner they called out there, but so for now we'll get that sorted out. We will head to the bottom of the first inning, where Crown Point will take their first at-bats. You're watching the 2025 Indiana State 10U Baseball Championship on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
At Strachan Van Til, we believe grocery shopping should be simple. Now, shopping is easier than ever with our new and improved website. Find what you need fast. Browse your favorite products, add them to your cart, and check out in just a few quick steps. Choose between convenient in-store pickup or let us handle the heavy lifting. From our shelves to your doorstep, skip the lines, shop your way, and spend more time on what matters most. With our rewards program, enjoy incredible savings and personalized offers every time you shop. Shop online now at strachanvantil.com or download our app today.
Be sure to stay connected with all things Region Sports by supporting and following us on social media. We're always active on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, X, and online at regionsports.com. Celebrating over 25 years, we're proud to still be the only game in town. So we are getting the official verdict. It is a 1-0 game, East Side ahead over Crown Point. The call was the runner at third left early, so that was the out was at the plate as the umpire pointed to. So the run did not count.
So my other question is now if that was an official at-bat for Tanner, does he bat again?
So the Bulldogs will take their opening at-bats. The pitcher they will be facing,
Bottom one. That's a
as
good
we
question.
get a look at him, that will be Andrew Overly, who had the walk and advanced to second. Overly is one of our Enigenberg Exteriors home improvement hurlers, presented by Enigenberg Exteriors. Experienced roofing and siding contractor serving Indiana, Illinois, and Tennessee. Visit on the web at ebergexteriors.com. So
In that last half inning of play,
what was a confusing start to the ballgame. We will move past that and look to keep things along. What I'm wondering now is how that will be officially scored for the batter, Harding, who thought he had the RBI single, if that was counted as an out for him, or if he will resume the at-bat, if it's going to be similar if a runner was caught stealing, or if it was more so after the at-bat was recorded. So we'll figure that out at the top of the second. But now for the bottom of the first, here's how the Crown Point Bulldogs White All-Stars will line up. Nick Bassino leads off, plays left field. Crew Gabor plays second base, bats second. Carter Mazowski plays center field, bats third. Bryson Isminger plays catcher, bats cleanup. Brantley Hanger bats fifth, plays short. Maddox Reed plays first, bats sixth. Owen Gassaway plays right, bats seventh. Jacob Bigham is the pitcher, batting eighth. Emerson Owen bats ninth, is the extra hitter. And Mateo Avina plays third base. So here's Bassino batting against the starting pitcher Overly. So the right-handed pitcher goes through, sends the 1-0 pitch for strike two.
He pitched 15 in the last game.
So the count 1-1 to the leadoff batter. East Side up by one. He spins that one just inside to make it a 2-1 count, but that helps at any level when you can, bottom half of an inning, get your pitcher up with a run on the board already, as this one's rolled through the middle of the infield out towards center field. It's a leadoff single for Bassino, and now the tying run is on base for Crown Point. The batter now, Crew Gabor, batting for Crown Point, left-handed batter. Against the right-handed pitcher, he works with nobody out and a runner at first base. First pitch skips inside. The catcher recovers, looks the runner back to first base. Count starts off 1-0. And the next offering. Just high for a ball. We go 2-0. See how aggressive when you have the leadoff runner on, nobody out. If you want to put him in motion early. The 2-0. That one bounces, and the runner from first will go towards second. The throw bounces just behind the runner, so he will quickly steal second. So Bassino now 2 stations away from scoring with the count 3 balls and no strikes to the left-handed batter Gabor. Next pitch called strike one. Makes it a 3-1 count. And the wind and the pitch. Elevated towards right center field, but the center fielder has a beat on it and makes the catch for the opening out. They throw to second, but Bassino gets back safely. So good defense by the center fielder there to move to his left, track it down, and make the catch with some time to spare. As Carter Marzowski bats. Runner at second base, one away. First pitch, a strike. Another left-handed batter from Crown Point as the runner at second. Gets ready. The 0-1. That pitch high and outside evens the count up at a ball and a strike. Swing and a miss for strike 2 as that was a big swing, but just a little bit over it. But one of those ones, if you made contact with, it probably would have gone a long way. The 1-2. Rolled towards the pitcher. He gets in front of it, steps up, throws to first base in time for out number 2. The runner advances to third. But now there are 2 down. Good recovery by Overly as he had to drop down to get in front of that one, then step up. And that can be tricky when you're trying to play that ground ball on the mound as well, because sometimes it can ramp up on you. But he stuck with it and was able to throw it to first just in time for the second out. Grayson Isminger bats for Crown Point. He fouls the first pitch off the screen behind home plate. Starts the at-bat off 0-1. So runner at third base. Pacino, the leadoff man, reached on a single. The 0-1 pitch. Put in the air to left center field. This one will drop. It will be enough to score the run. Taking the turn towards second base is Isminger. He slides in safely for an RBI double. So now Crown Point has evened it up 1 run apiece. That was with 2 outs in the bottom of the first inning. So Brantley Hanger bats with a runner at second base, 2 down, 1 run in already. The left-handed batter gets ready for the pitch. High for ball 1. Isminger, the runner at second. Put that one in a good spot when you can just drop it between left and center. And this one sent to a similar spot by Hanger. It drops just to the left of the left fielder. In to score is Isminger. It's a 2-1 lead for Crown Point here in the first.
Now coming to the plate, number 4, Maddox Reed.
So Hanger, the shortstop, drives in a run with that single. The Bulldogs have played it 2 with 2 away in the frame. And it's big when you can get a left-handed hitter to send one to left field. That opposite field hitting, that's something that coaches at every level value, especially from a lefty. That's how Cody Bellinger's made a living, is just getting those singles, just parachuting them into left. The 1-0 fouled away. The power's not, sometimes it's hard to just drive the ball, but when you can be that threat to go opposite field, that's really going to help out any hitter at any level. The 1-1 popped in the air towards center field, and the center fielder makes the catch. That will end the inning, but the Bulldogs add 2 on a couple of 2-out singles. 3 hits on 2 runs on 3 hits. The Bulldogs leave 1 on base. We're through 1. And it's a 2-1 lead for Crown Point. You're watching the 2025 Indiana State 10U Baseball Championship on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
With 40 years of experience serving Indiana, Illinois, and Tennessee, Enigenberg Exteriors has only had one goal in mind: to achieve excellent customer service. From commercial and residential roofing to siding, window, and door replacement, Enigenberg Exteriors delivers 110% customer satisfaction from the first hello to the final walkthrough. Visit enigenberg.com for more information, or give them a call at 219-365-2837. Enigenberg Exteriors, restoring hope one project at a time.
At the conclusion of tonight's game, we'll name the Crowell Companies Lantern Man Superhero of the Game. Crowell Companies have offices open from 9 o'clock to 7 o'clock Monday through Friday and Saturdays till 2 o'clock in Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City. Top of the second inning about to begin here at Jerry Ross Park, and it was a busy first inning with Eastside starting off well, putting 1 run on the board, but then Crown Point answered back quickly, 2 outs, or 2 runs. Pardon me, as those 2 runs did occur with 2 outs. So Crown Point started the inning trailing. but we're able to bounce back quickly. So Declan Shannon leads off for East Side. East Side at a South Bend. Shannon swings over one. Starts off the count, no balls and a strike. Still pitching is Bigham for Crown Point. He settles, kicks in, fires. That is inside, and it gets a piece of the batter, Shannon, so he will reach first base on that hit by pitch. It always stings in the moment, but it helps the team out. You make your way on base, and especially for the leadoff hitter. He will try to help his team get back the one run they are chasing. So Maddox Yates bats for East Side. The 1-0. Taken for strike one. He lays off that pitch just on the outer corner.
Because we bought you an entire huge bag that's in your...
So that evens the count up at 1-1. Next pitch just outside. We'll make it a 2-1 count. So Yates trying to get his teammate moving from first to second. The 2-1 pitch just misses that outer third as well. So we go 3-1. Right-handed pitcher versus right-handed batter. Most of the pitches have been a little bit away from him. The 3-1, swing and a miss for strike two. So now we will go full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. So Yates trying to step up for his squad. The payoff pitch. It's high and away for ball 4. That will put 2 runners on.
Now number 24,
Shannon goes from first to second. And the next batter for East Side will be Theo Hostetler. Takes a first pitch ball from Bigham. We've seen in the first game as this one's poked through the gap between first and second, rolls to right field, and the runner loses his step at third base, but he gets back safely. It's a single from Hostetler. Loads the bases for East Side. Shannon was going to third base and just
number 18, Elliot Stutesbury.
Turning the corner. Lost his footing a little bit. Elliot Stutesbury bats now for East Side. He grounds that one towards the pitcher, and it rolls foul. Just broke foul along the first base line. That one would have been interesting to see where the throw would have gone, because it was along that first base line. If they wanted to go to the plate or to first, the 0-1. Taken for a ball, so Stutesbury evens up the count at 1-1. Skip towards the mound. The pitcher throws to the plate. They'll get the force. That will be the only out they get, but that was a big one for Crown Point as you take away the runner going towards the plate. Good heads-up play.
To the plate, number 5, Clark LeBlanc.
By Bigham, the pitcher to defend his position. Clark LeBlanc, top of the order, bats for East Side. He works with the bases loaded. And LeBlanc lofts one towards left, but it slices foul just past the Crown Point dugout. So Shannon was out at the plate. Yates goes from second to third. Hostetler from first to second. And Stutesbury, the runner at first. The batter now, LeBlanc. He grounded out to start this game. The 1-1. Outside for a ball. Moves the count to 2-1. So this is where you want to avoid walks. You can put a runner on without having to swing the bat to drive in the run. The 2-1. Just misses upstairs. We go 3-1. So for LeBlanc, you want to be careful on out the plate. Don't want to help the pitcher out unless it's a perfect pitch. Likely taking all the way. The 3-1, tapped back towards the pitcher. It takes a hop. He tosses it to the plate, and the runner is out. Just in time to get Yates. Another good 1-2 put out from Bigham to Isminger. It puts LeBlanc on base, but again, the unable to advance that runner across the plate. So 2 outs on bases loaded, ground outs to the pitcher. Good defense by Crown Point. The batter, Scott, takes the first pitch for a ball. Now the 1-0 delivery. Floated towards third base in foul territory, but the third baseman's able to make the catch to end the inning. So East Side loads the bases, but unable to score after some good defense by Crown Point. We're through an inning and a half. Crown Point leads 2-1. You are watching the 2025 Indiana State 10U Baseball Championship on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Four Seasons Mechanical proudly serves Northwest Indiana, providing quality, reasonably priced, reliable service. With a quality and comfort guarantee, the professionals at Four Seasons Mechanical offer a wide range of services in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Whether it's residential or commercial, Four Seasons Mechanical is there 24/7. To find out more, the website is fourseasonsmechanical.com or give them a call at 219-756-7020. Four Seasons Mechanical, your indoor air quality specialist.
Declan Shannon will now take over on the mound for Eastside. He's an Enigenberg Exteriors home improvement hurler. Enigenberg Exteriors, a premier provider of roofing and siding services with over 40 years of experience. Check them out on the web at ebergexteriors.com. So that was a big inning for the defense of Crown Point as they were able to sneak their way out of a bases-loaded jam and avoid letting a run cross as 2 groundouts back to the pitcher. That can be tricky sometimes when the ball's grounded to you with the bases loaded, but 2 very good defensive plays by Bigham just to go back to the plate, and the catcher, Isminger, did a good job of making himself a target and avoiding contact, and they were able to work their way out of that jam. And now get the Crown Point bats back up with a 1-run lead, and they'll look to try to add to that here in the 10U State Championship. At the conclusion of tonight's game, we'll name the Boilermakers Local 374 Blue Collar Player of the Game, brought to you by Boilermakers Local 374. Earn while you learn with Boilermakers Local 374. Both teams wearing the powder blue uniforms. East Side with pinstripes, Crown Point without the stripes, but it's a style of uniform that's more and more popular within these last couple of years. I'm not sure if you can call it a throwback anymore because so many teams wear it. Kansas City, Philadelphia, the Cubs have new powder blue alternates. The 1-0. Popped foul territory, third base side. The catcher just almost made the play, but it drops, so that evens count up at 1-1. But it's a good look for both teams. That's the important thing, too. They're not just making it to the state championship, but being well-dressed while doing so. The 1-1. That he was trying to duck out of the way of that inside pitch, but it just hit the top of his bat. That is just one of those tough luck plays where you're trying to avoid getting hit, and then the bat's hanging up there. It just goes off the top. So now they count ball and 2 strikes, a defensive swing just to left of the pitcher's mound. The pitcher recovers, throws the first, but Gasaway is able to beat the throw. That was a defensive swing where he was just able to put it kind of in no man's land on the third base side, short of the pitcher's mound. The pitcher had to hustle over to get there, but by the time he got to the ball, Gasaway was about 2 steps away from first base. So the leadoff man reaches base for Crown Point. Jacob Bigham bats with a runner on first, nobody out. The 1-0. Inside, we go 2-0. So Shannon, the pitcher, kicks and delivers the next pitch. Called strike one on the outer corner. Moves the count to 2 balls and a strike. Similar spot, evens up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So Shannon trying to put away the second batter of the inning from Crown Point. The 2-2 pitch. Crack towards right field. It will drop and roll to the right fielder. Moving from first to third is Gasaway. He stops at third. So a good one out, or a good single by Bigham with 2 strikes, going opposite field to put runners at the quarters for Crown Point.
Emerson Owen.
As Emerson Owen bats with runners at first and third, nobody out. So left-handed batter versus right-handed pitcher. That one goes past the catcher, but he makes a good recovery off the backstop to look the runner back to third base, but Bigham will make his way over to second. That was one of those ones where it goes past the catcher, but then ricochets off the backstop, similar to what we just saw there. So Overly played it well both times to prevent that runner at third base from crossing. The count 2-0. Shannon delivers, spins it in for a strike, makes it a 2-1 count. When you have those brick backstops as a catcher, you have to be mindful of how it can, if a ball does get past, you can quickly find its way back to you, so you have to be ready to defend it. Versus when you have a fence behind you that might stop or just bounce down. The 3-1 pitch. Inside for ball 4, so now Crown Point has loaded the bases with 2 singles and a walk.
Now coming to the plate, number 28, Mateo Avina.
So Mateo Avina bats for Crown Point with nobody out and the bases loaded. The pitch from Shannon. Inside, and this is a spot with a teammate at every base. You don't want to do the pitcher any favors. There's nothing wrong with taking, as he did there. The 1-0, taken for a strike. We go 1-1. But force the pitcher to really have to beat you with strikes. Is the count even in a ball and a strike? The pitch. Lifted to shallow right field, just at the end of the infield, where the second baseman's able to make the catch for the first out.
Now up to bat, number
So good job by the second baseman to track that one and make the catch near his left shoulder. He had to move to get there, but didn't overrun it. Got to the right spot. So now Nick Bassino bats with the bases full, 1 out. First pitch is called for a strike. Bassino singled in the first inning. Swing and a miss for strike 2, pardon me. So no balls, 2 strikes. Shannon wasting no time here in this at-bat. His 0-2 delivery. Inside for a ball, we go 1-2. With a 2-1 lead, Crown Point is in a very big spot here as Bassino sends this one opposite field. It curls just near the foul line in right field. It will score 1 run. A second run is hustling to the plate. He will score as well. The next runner stays put at third base, but it's a 2 RBI single for Bassino to make it a 4-1 lead for Crown Point in the bottom of the second.
Through the board.
So Gasaway and Bigham score on that single from Bassino. Owen goes from first to third. And Gabor taps it towards second base. It will roll into the outfield and scores a run. So it's an RBI single as Gabor plates Owen, and it's a 5-1 lead for Crown Point. Carter Marzowski bats for the Bulldogs. Runners at first and second, only one away. The pitch from Shannon outside starts the count off 1-0. Right-handed pitcher versus left-handed batter. Shannon to the plate. Marzowski rolls it along the first base line. It goes out towards right field. Turning the corner at third towards the plate is Bassino. He slides in safely. It's a 6-1 lead for Crown Point.
Now up, number 21, Grayson Eisinger.
So Marzowski, just good roller along the first base line, stays fair all the way. Brings in his teammates, still runners at first and third. Marzowski's going to hustle to second base, gets there after the pitch. So now runners at second and third. Gabor is the runner at third base. The pitch from Shannon. In there for strike one. So one away. Crown Point has put a crooked number on the board here. 4 runs and still the potential for more. Shannon, his pitch to Isminger. Outside makes it a 2-1 count. Pitching against the Crown Point catcher. So the right-handed batter gets ready. The toss from Shannon. He goes to that pitch lower in the zone and is just able to golf it foul just over the fence in foul territory along the right field side. Evens the count up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. The breakthrough pitch from Shannon. Cracked fair along the third baseline. They throw to the plate, and it goes past the catcher, but the runner was looked back to third base, so everybody's safe on the play, but they prevent the run from scoring. So Gabor was trying to run to the plate there, but the throw by the third baseman sent him back to third. So Isminger reaches. And now Brantley Hanger bats for Crown Point with the bases loaded and 1 away. The pitch from Shannon. Called strike 1. Big opportunity for the Crown Point shortstop. The 0-1 pitch from Shannon. Called strike 2 on the far corner of the plate. So Shannon gets ready for the 0-2. Here it is. Called strike 3. So that's a big second out of the inning on the strikeout. Hanger becomes out number 2 of the inning. And Maddox Reed bats with a teammate at every base and 2 down. 4 runs in this inning. That goes past the catcher, and nobody will advance on the play. Shannon just able to get there and cover the plate to prevent Gabor from advancing. The 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss for strike 1. So Shannon goes on the attack against Reed, got him to swing over that fastball. The 1-1. Popped in the air behind the backstop towards the bleachers and onto the street. Makes it a 1-2 count. He was able to get Reed swinging under that pitch. Big opportunity for the Bulldogs. They already have 4 runs in this inning, but they could add a few more. The 1-2. Good pitch from Shannon, but just a little bit high. Trying to freeze him on one on the outer corner. So it evens the count up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And for Shannon and Eastside, trying to just limit the damage. The 2-2. Fouled away over the bleachers and out of the concourse. There's nothing, you can't get those 4 runs back, but now you're just in prevent mode, trying to stop anything else from being added to the scoreboard. Get your bats back up. The 2-2 pitch. That's called strike 3. Back-to-back punch-outs for Shannon and the inning. But Crown Point does some nice work, adding 4 runs. So we are through 2 here at Jerry Ross Park. Crown Point leads 6-1. You're watching the 2025 Indiana State 10U Baseball Championship on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Hi, I'm Crowell Company's Lantern Man. If you're a contractor, it's my job to make your insurance coverage simple and affordable. Because I know time is money, I'll come to your business. Certificates and bonds are a snap. Wherever you are, whatever business you're in, we've got you covered. As Crowell Company's Lantern Man, I'm your insurance superhero.
Crowell Companies, insurance professionals. Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City.
Brantley Hanger takes over on the mound for Crown Point. So he is an Enigenberg Exteriors home improvement hurler. Enigenberg Exteriors, your all-in-one roofing specialist. Visit ebergexteriors.com for a quote. So after a big inning from Crown Point, we'll see how Eastside responds. As we saw in their game earlier today, they put up runs in just about every inning in a 9-3 win over Valpo Blue, the 2 seed in the tournament. So that was hard to call it an upset in an all-star tournament when it's 2 versus 3, but Eastside was technically the lower seed there, as they were both very good teams, but they were able to beat them to the tune of 9-3, and some very productive innings, especially a later frame where they added 3 runs in the top half of the 6th inning. So we'll see if they can crank up a comeback here with the middle of the lineup up to bat.
Leading off the top of
Eastside did
number 20, Pete
score first. They put up 1 run in the first, then Crown Point added 2 in the bottom of the first, and then 4 in the bottom of the second. That's how we got to our 6-1 score. Peter Falvey leads off for Eastside. He skips the first pitch over to shortstop where it's picked up, thrown to first, quickly in time for out number 1. Bigham playing short, was able to look that one into the glove and throw a strike over to Reed for the opening out of this 3rd inning. Andrew Overly will work with nobody on and 1 away. The pitch from Hanger, called strike 1. The 0-1.
Hey, can we not talk about it, Tommy?
Bounces just outside. Evens the count up at a ball and a strike. Overly walked and advanced to second base in his prior at-bat. He swings over that pitch, makes it a 1-2 count. Hanger kicks towards the plate, sends one high and tight. Evens count up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So ducking out of the way was Overly, avoids contact. The 2-2. Cracked just foul as it curled away past third base, all the way down to that left field corner, but it broke foul. A good contact, but did not cooperate. Now the 2-2, poked over to shortstop where it's collected, thrown to first. Another quick out, another ground out to shortstop. Bigham didn't have to move really from his station to get there and threw it with plenty of time to spare for the second out as Grayson Franco bats with 2 away and nobody on base. The first pitch from Hanger to the far corner for strike 1.
Someone had an immaculate inning.
Now the 0-1. Inside, evens the count up at a ball and a strike. Franco flew out to right field in his first at-bat. He fouls that one off the plate to make it a 1-2 count. Just able to get the top of the bat on it. It bounced backwards, and he'll get a do-over here with a ball and 2 strikes. But he had that fly out to right field that was able to score the run. He waves past that one for strike 3, so it's a quick inning on the mound for Hanger. 1-2-3 inning. We head to the bottom of the third with Crown Point leading 6-1. You're watching the 2025 Indiana State 10U Baseball Championship on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
Stay with us after the game when we'll name the Ironworkers Local 395 Play the Game presented by Ironworkers Local 395. To find out how you can become a union ironworker, visit ironworkers395.com. Bottom 3 about to begin as Crown Point will bet they will look to add to their 6-1 lead. They have been able to plate runs in each of their prior 2 at-bats, 2 in the bottom of the first and 4 in the bottom of the second. So, and then on the other side, East Side looking to work a quick inning, similar to what they saw happen in the top half of this inning, where 2 quick groundouts to shortstop and a strikeout. If you can be aggressive and get 3 outs, that can get your offense back up and try to work your way back into this game.
This is actually a long break. Usually they would be over here.
A good day for baseball here as temperatures in the low 80s. Slight breeze blowing outward, but
that's a good point. Yeah, no warm-up pitch.
Cloudy skies have allowed for some shade, and everyone trying to stay out of the sun, but just a good day for a ball game. It's been a busy day as activity at just about every diamond here. There was the 8U state championship and just a baseball-filled weekend up here. You saw walking in, you saw the brackets lined up for both tournaments, and there's the round-robin portion as well. Just a lot going on here this weekend at Jerry Ross Park. First pitch taken for strike 1 by Owen Gassaway. Count evens up at a ball and a strike. Gassaway singled and scored in his last at-bat. Next pitch inside makes it a 2-1 count. And the windup and delivery from Shannon as that one hammered foul by Gassaway. Good swing on it, a lot of force behind it, but right towards his team's dugout. A good defensive swing with 2 strikes to stay alive as counts even at 2-2. And curls outside. We go full. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Brian, what's run rule rules in this?
The Bulldogs have put runners on base, the leadoff runner on in each of their last 2 at-bats. That is inside for ball 4, so you can make it in all 3 innings. They have put the leadoff runner on, so that's a good recipe for success as you get the first one on with nobody out. Gassaway walks. Next batter, Bigham. Watches strike 1 go by. Bigham would single and score as well in the second inning. The 0-1 pitch. Called strike 2. So no balls and 2 strikes. That's big for at any level when a pitcher, after a walk, just goes right at the next hitter. The 0-2 fouled away, but sometimes you see it in the major leagues. A pitcher will walk a batter and then he's a little cautious going at the next guy, throwing it outside, trying to avoid contact with the runner on base, but got to throw strikes, and this one cracked to second base. They'll throw to second, get 1 out, the throw to first, but Bigham's able to beat it out. as Eastside gets the lead runner on that play. Just not able to turn two, but still very good defense. Good heads-up play by the second baseman to realize the first play to do was turn and go to second to get gas away. So 1 out, runner at first base. And the batter now, Emerson Owen. He takes a first pitch strike. Now the 0-1. Sends in another strike. Count quickly 0-2. So another at-bat where the pitcher gets ahead. No balls and 2 strikes. This one jammed towards second base. He will tag the runner, throw to first. They turn 2. A 4-3 double play to end the inning. So good defense by the Eastside second baseman to put a 0 on the board. We are through 3. Crown Point leads Eastside 6-1. You're watching Game Day on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
IBEW Local 697 isn't just wiring buildings. We're woven into the very fabric of Northwest Indiana. We're your neighbors. Our kids go to school with yours. We stand in the same bleachers cheering for the same high school teams. When you hire a union electrician, you're not just getting the highest quality work. You're supporting our community. IBEW Local 697, proudly powering our own.
With offices in Munster and Cedar Lake, Ethos Dental Group offers a full scope of general and cosmetic dentistry with expertise ranging from porcelain veneers to dental implants, crowns, and bridges. At Ethos Dental Group, you're assured that Dr. Mark Stojkovic and his associates, Dr. Emily Hansen and Dr. Brian Douts, utilize the latest in technology. Check out ethosdentalgroup.com or call 219-595-3432 to schedule an appointment. Ethos Dental Group, dental care you can believe in.
Top of the 4th inning at Jerry Ross Park. Eastside will take some at-bats, looking to work their way back up, trailing 6-1. Everett Harding leads off. First pitch, inside for a ball, and very good defense by Eastside to keep it a 6-1 game as they a heads-up double play by the second baseman to tag the runner at first base, throw to first. It's defensive plays like that when you're trailing by some that can give your team momentum and try to work the comeback when help out your pitcher. The 1-1. Line towards second base, picked up, throw to first in time to retire Harding. It was good contact, but Gabor, the second baseman, was able to stay in front of it, got the glove on it, threw to first for the ground out. So trying to outduel his second base counterpart with a nice defensive play. That could be tricky when you have to step down to try to get the glove on that, as the first pitch to Shannon is fouled over the backstop. But then you have to recover and still make the throw. That's when you even, I see it in college games I call, when a player then is trying to get up and rushes his mechanics. That's when mistakes are made. We didn't see it there. The third baseman scoops one up, fires a dart across the diamond for out number 2. So another defensive play where he didn't rush anything, made a good fundamental play. So the feet planted, picked it up, made his step, and threw to first base in time. So good defense by both squads in this game. Next pitch, outside for a ball, and for Eastside, it's one of those innings where 2 quick outs, but on good pieces of contact, but even better plays by the defense. That's the way baseball goes sometimes, where you put a good swing on something, but somebody's standing in the right spot, but then maybe a weak contact. It just goes where nobody's standing, and that's how you get on base. But it can be a cruel game, an unpredictable game, as that play by Harding to start the inning, that was one of the hardest hit liners we've seen in this game. Count evens up at 2-2, but it goes right at the second baseman. So 2 balls, 2 strikes to Yates. The pitch fouled to the backstop. We stay even at 2-2. Hanger, the pitcher, gets the sign from his catcher, goes to the plate. The 2-2 is outside, and Yates does not chase it, so we go full at 3-2. And that's a disciplined at-bat by Yates with 2 away in the inning, forcing the count full. 3-2, swing and a miss for strike 3. So it'll be a 1-2-3 inning. East side goes down in order. We are midway through the 4th. Crown Point leads 6-1. You're watching Game Day on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Earn while you learn from the best hands in the business. The Bricklayers Allied Craftworkers for Indiana Kentucky Apprenticeship. That's right, this is a paid apprenticeship.
I'm getting an education while learning a trade and getting paid for it.
The thing that surprised me the most about this apprenticeship program is the respect I've received after the proper time and training.
Classes start soon, so apply now. There are training centers throughout Indiana and Kentucky. We are the Bricklayers and Allied Craftworkers for Indiana Kentucky Apprenticeship. The best hands in the business.
The Athletic Performance Factory is Northwest Indiana's premier athletic training center. The 40,000 square foot state-of-the-art facility features batting cages, a sand training room, a new outdoor turf infield, and so much more. Check out the facility for one of their daily classes at 3150 45th Street in Highland. Interested in signing up for team workouts or individual lessons? Check out their website at trainapf.com or contact them at 219-750-1087. Athletic Performance Factory, where athletes are made.
Bottom 4 at Jerry Ross Park is listening to the Region Sports coverage of youth baseball on Facebook, YouTube, and regionsports.com as we present the 2025 10U Indiana Baseball State Championship. First pitch, outside for a ball to the batter, Mateo Avina. Avina flew out to second base his first time up. The 1-0. Just outside, we go 2-0. So Crown Point up by 5, looking to add to that lead here. Next pitch twirls outside, we go 3-0. Moving into the later stages of the game, an extra insurance mark couldn't hurt. The 3-0. Called strike 1. He's in their last game. East side was able to put up runs in a hurry in the 5th and 6th innings. Rolls a foul ball to make it a full count at 3-2. That's the way baseball goes. Sometimes things can be so unpredictable and you can score in a hurry. The 3-2 pitch. Low for ball 4, so it's a leadoff walk for Avina.
Now coming to the plate, number 27.
As we saw at the high school level in the state championships, Boone Grove was even with Modern Day and then put up 5 runs in the top of the 7th inning, the last inning of action, to win the state title 6-1. But so you never know. It can, if things go your way, you can score in a hurry. The 0-1. High for a ball. We go 1-1. The 1-1. Crack towards the left center gap. That will drop. It rolls. The center fielder gets there. And it'll be a loud single for Vecino. That was one where he really got a hold of it. Drove it out to left center, but the center fielder did a good job of cutting down the angle to prevent the runner at second, Avina, from advancing, and Vecino goes to first. But that was one of the longest pieces of contact we saw today, but it resulted in just one base. First pitch taken by Gabor. Count 1-0. Quickly now 2-0, as that was a little bit outside. The 2-0 delivery. Inside we go 3-0. The catcher recovers. Looks the runners back to second and first. But 2 on, nobody out. The count 3 balls and no strikes. The pitch. Inside for ball 4. That will load the bases. Avina moves to third. Bassino to second. And Gabor at first. And the batter now, Carter Marzowski. We will see a meeting at the mound between the East Side head coach and his infield. I think we will... Looks like we might be seeing a change at the pitcher as well, so the infield might shuffle around. That will be it for Shannon. And the new pitcher will be Theodore Hochstetler.
Declan Shannon finishes with...
So Shannon is out. Hochstetler is...
For East Side Red, number 24, Theo Hochstetler.
Hochstetler will bat for... or pitch for East Side, so he will try to work his way out of this. Bases loaded, nobody out. Bottom of the fourth inning. He is another Enigenberg Exteriors home improvement hurler. Enigenberg Exteriors, experienced roofing and siding contractor serving Indiana, Illinois, and Tennessee. Visit them on the web at ebergexteriors.com. There's nobody out in the inning.
Now coming to the plate.
Avina led off with a walk, then Bassino with a long single, followed by a walk from Gabor. So 2 walks and a single have helped load the bases for Crown Point. This could be a massive opportunity to add to the lead, as then the first pitch hits Marzowski. It will score a run. It's a tough start to the outing for Hochstetler. And Marzowski will make his way over to first base after he picks up his second RBI of the day. Bassino goes from second to third. Gabor first to second. And Brayson Isminger bats with the bases loaded and nobody out. He swings through the first pitch, falls behind 0-1. Isminger had an RBI single in the first inning. The 0-1. Swing and a miss for strike 2. So now Hochstetler getting back on track after the hit by pitch on his first pitch of the day. Now he follows that up with 2 quick strikes. The 0-2. Lofted, foul territory along the right field line. It ricochets off the fence and back into play. So foul ball keeps the count at 0-2. Infield in, the 0-2. That's high, goes to the backstop. But they defend the plate. Everybody will stay at their respective base, first, second, and third. Hochstetler gets ready. The 1-2. Fouled to the backstop. Good job by Isminger to stay alive. Just get a piece of that one. So East Side looking for the first out of the inning. Trying to prevent another run from scoring. The 1-2 curls outside. Evens the count up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Overly behind the plate at catcher. The 2-2 pitch. Just misses at the far corner. We now go full at 3-2, so a pitch outside the zone would score a run. The payoff pitch. Called strike 3. Big punch out for Hochstetler and East Side, as he's able to freeze the batter. Brantley Hanger will bat with 1 away and the base is loaded. So that was a big strikeout for Hochstetler, the pitcher from East Side, to get a punch out, you get the out without putting the ball in play and limit the risk. His first pitch to Hanger is low for a ball. But still some work to do here. One away, bases loaded. 1-0. Rolled towards shortstop. He'll throw to the plate, and it skips away. A 1 run will score. A second one crosses the plate as well. Crown Point plates 2. After that piece of contact from Hanger, so Bassino slid in and scored, and then going from second to score was Gabor. It's now a 9-1 lead for Crown Point in the bottom of the 4th inning. Maddox Reed bats with runners at second and third. The first pitch, a ball to Reed. The 1-0. Swing and a miss for strike 1. So Reed trying to work with Hanger at second base, Marzowski at third. And we will take a brief pause as Hochstetler ties his shoe. And now the second baseman will tie his. Right field as well. So pause for everybody to check. If you're listening along, take a look, make sure your shoes are tied as well, and we'll get back at it. The 1-1. Outside, we go 2-1 now. The 2-1 pitch, just outside, we go 3-1, so with runners at second and third, 1 away. The first base is open, but you'd like to avoid the walk here. The 3-1, fouled behind concourse, out of play, so that will make it a 3-2 count. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 away, 2 runners on in the last of the 4th inning. The payoff pitch, swing and a miss for strike 3, so Hochstetler gets his second punch out of the inning. And an important second out with Owen Gassaway up to bat. Runners at second and third. Crown Point leads 9-1 over East Side. The first pitch outside. It starts off the count. A ball and no strikes. Hochstetler delivers the 1-0. Poke towards center field on the roll. That scores a run. The relay throw will prevent a second one from advancing, but a 2-out RBI single from Gassaway makes it a 10-1 lead for Crown Point.
Jacob Bigham.
Jacob Bigham now bats. Bigham takes the first pitch for a ball. He's got Hanger at third base and Gassaway at first. The 1-0 outside makes it a 2-0 count. So Hochstetler kicks and goes to the plate. Lifted along the left field line. It drops fair. That will bring Hanger in to score. Going to third base is Gassaway. He won't stop there. He makes it to the plate. It's a 2 RBI double for Bigham. And that will do it. That will invoke the 10-run rule. Crown Point secures the 10U Northern Indiana State Championship with a 12-1 final over East Side. So the players are thrilled as they go through the handshake line, taking the state title on their home field. Completing it with 6 runs in the 4th inning. we will continue following along the championship presentation, as also handing out some hardware along, as we will take a quick break, but stick around as we still have some work to do, as you're watching Game Day on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso is a leader in athletics apparel and equipment sales. With in-house production including screen printing, trophies, embroidery, and more, Blythe's can help you to create the perfect look. For more information, visit them online at teamblythes.com. Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso, where the athletes shop.
When it comes to your money, you deserve more than just numbers on a page. You deserve someone who sees the full picture. Meet Mark Machnick, one of Northwest Indiana's most trusted accounting professionals. Whether you're running a business, planning for retirement, or just trying to make sense of tax season, Mark Machnick, located in Highland, makes it simple, personal, and believe it or not, painless. Contact Mark and his team today at 219-595-5290. Mark Machnick, CPA.
Wrapping things up here at Jerry Ross Park as we see the players from each side getting ready to receive their awards after the completion of this thrilling state championship weekend. We will hand out some awards of our own. It's time to name the Crowell Companies Lantern Man Superhero of the Game. Crowell Companies, the insurance professionals. Crowell Companies Lantern Man Superhero of the Game we'll go with Nick Bassino from Crown Point. He scored 3 runs in the game, drove in 2 runs, and stole a base as well. Made a couple plays in left field as well. So he was your superhero of the game. For the Boilermakers Local 374 Blue Collar Player of the Game, we'll go with the middle infield of Crown Point, between the shortstop, Hanger and Bigham both made some good plays there, and Gabor. There was that 1-2-3 inning where Gabor made a nice play on a line drive on a ground out, and then the third baseman, Avina. We'll go with the defense of Crown Point. Be more specific than that. The defense of Crown Point was the blue-collar player of the game. Made several good plays on good contact from East Side, as that 12-1 final doesn't tell the full story. East Side made some good contact, but the defense of Crown Point kept some runners off the base paths and helped them secure the state championship. So that was the Boilermakers Local 374 Blue Collar Player of the Game. Earn while you learn with Boilermakers Local 374. Now let's name the Ironworkers 395 Play of the Game, presented by Ironworkers Local 395. Ironworkers Local 395. To find out how you can become a union ironworker, visit ironworkers395.com. And tonight's Ironworkers 395 Play of the Game we'll go back to the bottom of the third inning when Emerson Owen was up to bat for Crown Point. He had a ground out to the second baseman of East Side, who made a heads-up play to tag the runner at first base. The runner was Bigham. He tagged him out as he was running to second and then threw to first in time to turn 2. You don't see a lot of 4-3 ground-out double play, but that's what he was able to turn to end that inning. So you always like to see some good defensive plays and a double play. That gets the job done for today's Play of the Game. That was today's Ironworkers 395 Play of the Game, presented by Ironworkers Local 395 Union Strong. Time to thank everyone involved with this afternoon's broadcast. To our management team at Region Sports Network, Chris Ramirez, Rich Castillo, Zach Miller, and Mike Dewan. To our crew, Joey Henrich producing, and Mike Dewan working the camera, getting all of the action tonight. Thank you to the Crown Point Cal Ripken staff, Adam Whitehouse, tournament director, and the volunteer workers for this tournament. Thanks to everyone who followed along at Facebook, YouTube, and regionsports.com. This is Leo Stauder thanking you for watching the 2025 Indiana State 10U Baseball Championship on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.